Hi guys, DPP Palmer here, DPP coming to you live. I just wanted to share something with you guys because the recruiting stuff has been a struggle lately. I never thought that I would be saying this, but it's been kind of hard lately. But I just wanted to share something with you guys. Some things that I've been doing is kind of interesting. So I just started doubting my own self, like, what in the world? And you know, I consider myself to be the recruiting queen, and all of a sudden things just kind of dried up. Like, what in the world is going on here? Because recruiting is my jam. That's what I do all the time because I love paying it forward. But all of a sudden, nothing. It just stopped. And it didn't stop because I stopped asking people. It didn't stop because I was doing anything any different. It didn't stop for that reason. Like, what in the world is going on here? So I'm gonna tell you guys what I did recently. Now, last month, the whole month of July, you're not gonna believe how many people I got to join in July. You're not gonna even believe it. And in the previous years, I've recruited like crazy. But last month, I'm gonna tell you guys how many people I got to join my team last month in July. 0. Nobody joined my team last month. Nobody at all. And I was starting to feel deflated. Like, what in the world is going on? I'm working hard as I can ever work. I'm constantly talking to people. I'm sending out messages, booking parties, doing the thing. My PRV was crazy high. My PRV was like almost $8,000 last month. And I got that many people to join my team. 0. I mean, nobody wanted to join with the parties that they were having at all. Nobody would join. I offered it. Nothing. They didn't want to. They were not interested. They didn't know anybody. I'm like, what in the world is going on? So I'm trying to think now, what can I do differently that I haven't done already? Because I've been, recruiting all along. Like, so anyway, I thought about these 2 young people. And I had all these parties open, like I want to bless somebody. I want to close these parties. One of my parties was over $2,000. It kept adding up, because I couldn't find anybody to join. It kept adding up and adding up. I had all this free stuff. So I thought about my cousin, and I thought about another young lady graduating from college. So I blessed both of them August 1st. So I had 2 people. And then one of them already hit shooting star. And the other one is like close to $100. My cousin is close to $100 in PRV. Then a person out of nowhere joined. She was a customer, came to my house last month, and I talked to her about joining. She worked in the health field, and she just sent me a message out of nowhere and said, I think I want to join. She just joined on a whim, like out of nowhere, but I asked her maybe 2 months ago. Well, this weekend I worked an event, and that was not a time that I would get somebody that was not a time I would ask somebody at an event that I would not get somebody to join. People just join at events on the spot sometime, but that hadn't happened for me in a little bit. So this past event that I worked, I met 2 people. Well, I didn't just meet them because I already knew them. And one of them I just met. I take that back. One of them has been buying from me at this event for like 3 or 4 years. So this time she spent almost $200. So as I was talking to her, I said, look, you are around here buying all this stuff. I said, this could be something that you can buy from yourself. I said, every year she drives like 3 hours to buy from me at this event. I said, this could be your business. Why don't you just sign up to be your best customer? She said, okay, just like that. So she joined today. And okay, so this other young lady had a cute little daughter, and the buddies were flying off the shelf at the event. And so she had a daughter. She was in love with her little Pua. It was so cute. I think it was Pua, and I might be wrong. Anyway, I was telling her about how she should totally join Scentsy because she kept coming back buying more. Her little cute little baby. I took pictures of her baby with the buddy. She's supposed to be joining tonight. She hasn't joined yet, but she's going to be joining tonight. Now, I also had another customer who's been buying from me for several years because her daughter loved the buddies. Her daughter's 7 years old. Somebody gave her a buddy when she was a baby. And I got all these pictures. So she came to me and asked me about booking a party. She said, can I book a party so I can get the rewards to give my baby these buddies? I said, absolutely. So we started a party like August 1st. And she's got like maybe 59 people in the group. I've never seen a host be so active. She was so active in this party. She was posting as much as I was posting. She was showing pictures of her baby, her first picture with the buddy. She was showing all the collection of buddies that she had in the party. So we even extended her party for a week because the orders weren't coming like she wanted them to. I was giving her the heads up on things. I said, here is where you are. So we extended the party so more people could order. And so just the other day, I said, you know what? Why, she wasn't ready to close the party yet. So I just made a suggestion to her today, this morning. I said, why don't I give you this party and give you all the commissions, and you can use the commissions to help buy whatever your daughter needs. And I told her about my daughter. I said, my daughter was 9 years old when I started Scentsy. And my daughter's now 22 years old in dental school. I told her about how I use my commissions to help take care of those things that my daughter took part in. My daughter was in ballet. She was in a choir. She did gymnastics. I said, I didn't have the extra money at the time until I joined Scentsy to do those extra things that I need to do for my daughter. I said she also got a college scholarship from Scentsy, and we celebrated her 16th birthday with Scentsy on an incentive trip. I started telling her all the things that I did with my daughter because of my daughter. And her daughter is now 7 years old, and she said, oh, I need to do that. So she joined, and I flipped her party. So now I have 6 people. I went from 0, I had 0 last month, and this month I got 6 new people. I'm like, what in the world? It's like the gates flew open out of nowhere. Everybody I asked this time, now they're saying yes. So I'm thinking, what is it that I've done differently this time than before? But one thing I have learned is that buddies, I don't know if you guys have tried this, but Scentsy Buddies is an easy way to get people to join. Because, oh, I forgot this other girl that joined today. Oh my gosh, I got another one that joined today. I forgot about her. So she was a referral from a customer. She came to my house maybe 2 weeks ago, and she bought a whole bunch of bars. She had her little girl. Her little girl is probably 4 or 5 years old. And her little girl, she scratched her finger at my house, accidentally scratched her finger, had a little place on her finger. So I went and got something to put on her finger, the Band-Aid. So I gave her a Scentsy Buddy clip to make her happy. And she loved that Scentsy Buddy clip. So after I saw how much she loved those bars and she was smelling so much and she bought so much, I said, you know what? I would totally, if I were you, I would join Scentsy because you have such a love for this product and your baby loved the Scentsy Buddy clip. She joined today. So guys, if you have not used the Scentsy Buddies or Scentsy Buddy clips to talk to people about joining, that is something I've never done before. I take that back. I've done it one time. The first person who joined my team in 2020, I told her about what happened. Her baby, her little boy, loves Stitch and Angel. And I told her about how she could join Scentsy and get all those buddies that her little boy wants. So she joined Scentsy for no cost in 2020, but she was the only person I ever talked to about joining, I guess, pitching from using the buddies, okay? But this past weekend, it made me know that our Scentsy Buddies is something that we could totally talk about on a regular basis to get people to join. Because I had new people at the event with me to train them, and they were in awe because people were just, the kids were just flocking to the buddies like you've never seen. It was almost like they were free. And that's the perfect time to talk to people about joining when their kids are so in love with those buddies. Talk about how they can book a party to get even more buddies. Then you can turn around and flip the party and they can just kind of keep it going. I'm like, man, we're sitting on the gold mine with the buddies, and I never thought about that. Even with the Scentsy Buddy clips, even with the Bitty Buddies. I mean, they were the Bitty Buddies, the Scentsy Buddy clips, and the buddies are just a given for them to want to join join Scentsy. So if you guys haven't tried that, I would totally try that. If you have kids, and this is what I do, I have an album. I have an album on Facebook. Every time my customers buy a Scentsy buddy for their kid or their grandkid, I always ask them, can I take a picture of them? So I add them to my album collection. And I also have an album there for my grandbaby, my grand princess Rome. And I have photos of my daughter in there, and she's a grown-up. She loves the buddies, and I show all of her collections. So when people see that you're into the buddies and you're able to show the pictures that you have, that makes a huge difference. And I remember one of my customers telling me that a therapist recommended the Scentsy buddies because she felt like the buddies were comforting to her little boy. She drove 2 hours to find me to get 2 Scentsy buddies because her therapist told her to locate Scentsy buddies for her little boy. That's what a therapist told her. So these Scentsy buddies are everything. Grown-ups buy them. The kids love them. They're not age specific. They're not gender specific. People just love the buddies. And I like to talk about how the fragrance bring them to life, is what I say. When I describe the Scentsy buddies, I'll say, you know what? These come with a free scent and the fragrance bringing them to life. But this is how I'm getting people to look at the opportunity to join Scentsy, because they can continue to add more to their collection. So if you guys haven't tried this is another way that you can get somebody to join your team, because I'm telling my team members the same thing. They're there with me and they're seeing it. But I was able to get 3 people to look at. 2 of them have already joined, and 1 of them will be joined tonight. And this is all tied to the Scentsy buddies or the Scentsy buddy clip. So I'm like, oh my goodness, here it is. Right here at the palm, here's right here with me, and I didn't even realize it. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, because it's something else that we can work with, because it's something that makes people happy. And I love making people happy. Scentsy make people happy, the buddies make people happy, so everybody be happy. Okay, guys, take care. Have a good one. Good night.